Always nice to get new visitors here.
Pizza's good with a wrench, but boy does he like to complain. When I was born. You're looking at the only naturally born citizen of New Babylon. Problem is, there hasn't been one since. I know Grace is looking into some of the reasons why, but so far, no results. What, like I'm a miracle baby? Nah, it's the opposite. Everyone here thinks I'm hopeless. Which is stupid. I've been here longer than anyone except Zaina. They should show some respect. Yeah, I was doing maintenance on it, and I messed something up with the valve. I just rush through things sometimes, and it always bites me in the ass. Later.
Hal is Caspian's mentor, but someone needs to do the same for Saniki. In my opinion, she's lazy.
I saw you talking to Caruso. I may owe him a favor, but we can't waste power cells on a piece bucket of bolts that does more harm than good.
Because it's a piece of shit. You know they said this thing was going to replace me? Bah! Because it makes people lazy. Look at Sunny Kim. She can barely lift a finger to scratch her own ass. Her entire generation is soft, and it's because of robots like Rusty. He donated supplies and his ship to this settlement. Besides that, he got me slates of the last 5 Razor Derby championships. I'm still working through them, so no spoilers. Oh, so you've bought into their propaganda too? Robots can't be trusted to do work that was meant to be done with human hands. Because robots need parts, maintenance, things we don't readily have. If we depend on them and they break down, lives could be lost. There is no substitute for human brains and human hands. Bah! No machine can replace a person. The robot is a useless heap of shit. But the parts are not. If, instead of repairing it, you were to break it, I could use the spare parts to fix the mining machine. It's got a blown PCM. With a few tweaks, the parts from that Model A can fix it. We can use it to blast through the rock and get the ore behind it. But Caruso keeps insisting the robot is better, and Zena won't overrule him. One word. Magnets. The robot likes to go to the junkyard and dig for spare parts. If you turn on the magnet while it's searching, it will scramble its egg. The magnet will destroy the hard drive. But I only need the components. It will be fine. Bah! Machines around here are always breaking down. At worst, it will look like a well-meaning accident. Caruso will be pissed, but he's all about making lemonade from lemons. Once he sees the power upgrade, he'll accept it. Begrudgingly. You can't murder a machine. Odiebi, and what am I supposed to do for work then? Get out of here!
to guide you on a special journey toward relaxation and meditation. Brought to you by Chunks. Relax your shoulders. Feel your muscles. The skin on your face. The softness of your tongue. Now imagine your tongue gliding over an 8x8 centimeter cube. A chunk. It might taste like chocolate. It might flow like wine. But know that when you taste it, total relaxation is possible.
Can't believe we got visitors coming at this dome. What's up? Hello, my name is... Jeez, what century are you from? Name's Sunny, with an I. I run the farm here. Also, I'm kind of a bitch. Sweet. There aren't enough of us in this place. Doesn't say much. Super creepy dude. I don't trust people who don't talk a lot. Then again, he did fix the irrigation and brought supplies for my sister, even if they were hand-me-downs from a different outpost. So, he's only kind of a dick? Kicking and screaming, basically. My parents forced me to come here and live with my sis after I got into some shit back in Neon. Joke's on them. Now I shovel shit for a living. Kill me. I'm a farmer, but I don't like it. It's boring and tedious. And so I got to thinking, this sucks. Why can't a robot do this shit? That's what I'm saying. But nobody's listening. Better? I think you mean slower. So here's plan A. You head over to the junkyard and get Rusty over there working for me. Yeah, Rusty. He's a robot. Cool. Cool. To get the robot juiced, you'll need a power cell from the generator. This keycard should let you gaffle him. Don't ask me how I got it. Let's just say my fingers be hella fast. Just not while picking crops. Mm-hmm.
finish the outpost business, we can settle ours.
I got Big Hal to cover...
That was boring.
I pick up a lot of the odd. See ya.
Yates, David says Sonny is lazy, but I think it's an act. She does her job on her own time. Big Hal's one of those guys who speaks from his chest. Sometimes it feels like he could knock you back with his breath.
We can pause for a moment. If you need... Recover.
I rely a lot on Dr. Kim to alleviate my aches and pains. She's a genius of a doctor. It's always nice to have visitors to New Babylon. My name is Zaina. I'm what amounts to a mayor around these parts. Do you plan on staying long term? We're always looking for new citizens. There's a vetting process and eventually a vote, but for now, feel free to walk around and get to know the people here. Excellent. If it turns out that you're qualified, we could always use additional hands. Regardless, I hope you enjoy your stay, however long or short. I was part of the original group of settlers who came here decades ago. We worked with Liz to find a planet that we could transform into a thriving city. Those lofty goals died with the passing of our former leader and the exodus that followed. These days, there's only a handful of us left, and we're just trying to get by. It's human nature. People have been settling unknown lands since we were living in caves. And just like the Earth, it will take centuries to uncover this land's secrets. Goodbye. I'm sorry. I've got too much to deal with right now. If you have business here, speak with Hal Caruso.
These late nights are doing me in. I've come here on a research grant. Settlers living on the fringes provide a lot of interesting data. How does the gravity, weather, and nutrients found in alien environments affect the human body over time? In exchange, I provide medical services for the group. Oh god, no. I keep all chems, syringes, and equipment under lock and key. Medicine is a powerful tool, but one easily abused. Goodbye.
valuable data.
My dad founded this place, but he passed a while ago. I didn't know him well. Something for me as well?
Of this soil is ideal for producing root vegetables. Do not tamper with the produce. It does not respond positively to being disturbed. Fertilizer deployment protocol activated. Please vacate the area. Producing suitable sustenance for your species requires a...
Yo. Gracie? She got all the brains in the family. That's okay. I got this cool hat, so joke's on her. But yeah, she's my sis. We look out for each other because at the end of the day, if blood don't have your back, who does? He's great. Works day and night and doesn't bitch. I wonder if he's single. Good talk, you weirdo.
I'll make you being here is kismet. The Reaper coming to...
Good. I know Ivica thinks it'll replace him, but there's plenty of other work to be done for a man of his skill set. The community center is a perfect place for sermons and prayer. The problem is the local pastor, Yates, has been accused of theft. He says he's innocent. I believe him. We'll need to get him sober and out of prison. A strong moral center is the backbone of any settlement. Religious guidance provides it. I'd start with Yates himself and Sasha, his jailer. When you're done, find Caspian. He was there during the theft and has information I'd like you to investigate. We'll talk more later.
Enough with poetry, Yates. Just tell me where you hid the supplies.
The Falcon, not here, the Falconer.
Fine,
Things
have
fall
it your
apart.
way. Rot in the
Center
cell for all I
cannot
care.
Mere anarchy is loosed upon the world.
I'm too old for this
Blood
shit.
and pride is loose, and everywhere the ceremony on innocence is drowned. The best lack all conviction, while the worst are
Yates is
full
the
of
town
passion.
preacher and drunk. Right now he's doing both in jail.
Nor dread nor hope attend a dying animal. A man awaits his end, dreading and hoping all. Alas, my friend, I don't even know anymore. Maybe it's me. Is it? They're not even my words. Who's to say what's well about it? In fact, I find myself struggling to find value in anything written or spoken. Words are the cheapest currency, after all, and so easily counterfeited. If that's your way of asking me to shut my bloody mouth, then well played. The floor is yours. What brings you, stranger, to this humble priest? I am accused of stealing supplies, but I contest that notion. I am not a thief, but a victim of theft. What has been stolen from me is my faith in justice and goodwill. So Hal has not yet given up on me. A saint, that man. I would say angel, but I no longer believe in such things. I take it he wants me to lead the house of worship. True enough. No man is swift enough to escape the devil's lasso. Not even Hal. I too am not an innocent man. I am, however, innocent of the crime that has me jailed. But it matters not. Even if you were to find the supply thief and clear my name, I have lost it. My faith. So if Hal wishes me to preach, then as a wise man once said, he's shit out of luck. As are you. There is nothing to tell. I am guilty of being a faithless drunk. Rather than actually investigate the crime, Sasha believes a pointed finger is adequate evidence. As for who pointed it, take your pick. They're all angled in this direction. Calamite. A material for crafting a number of items, from suits to medical chems. It's the chems part that makes me a suspect, which is a false correlation. Yes, my appetite for liquor is nothing short of prodigious, but I have never touched a chem. If that is your wish, my dear Sisyphus, I will not stop you. Talk to the guard and clear my name. Perform thy miracle. I've no clue who you are or what brought this on. But as the bard says, fortune brings in some boats that are not steered. You mean like the poet? Heavens no. It's a sobriquet, and a derogatory one at that. That's what they give people too unoriginal to speak their own words. My real name is unimportant. Rare is a name that's chosen. Most of us are given names and become accustomed to their fit. So would I. But I seem to have misplaced it. I'm Yates now. He would give you the shirt off his back. Do you know how I know? This shirt I'm wearing. It's his. I have no faith in anything. In other words, I am a free agent, taking applications to serve as the mouth of God, or gods, or no God at all. I was once a preacher for the Sanctum Universum. A pretty good one, in fact. But shortly after I arrived here, there was a mass exodus. I lost the people's ear, and with it, my voice. I started to find company in drink and poetry, and became the lowly slug you see before you. That would require a messiah. And, my friend, I am hardly messiah material. And what authority do I have as a man who believes in nothing? I see. It takes a village, as they say. I will ruminate on this discussion. You have given me much to ponder. Farewell. Only God knows when we shall meet again. The secretive bastard. These days I don't preach much. I mostly just cry, like a baby. Parting is such sweet sorrow.
Ivica says Sunny is lazy, but I think it's an act. She does her job on her own time. Big Hal is good people. He also knows a lot about weapons. First thing he did when he got here is fix the sights on my gun. My cop instincts tell me he used to be a military man or something. But he's a very private person. Do you mean if I've got security training? Not really. I started out as the neighborhood watch. The whole thing was originally supposed to be on a weekly rotation. But every week I was the only volunteer, so it ended up just becoming my job. Hal put you up to this? It's an open and shut case. Yates is obviously the perp. The guy wouldn't know sobriety if it kicked him in the privates. Then he's gonna have to make amends with whatever god he serves, and quick. Oh yeah. Sunny Kim says she saw Yates creeping around the supply area on more than one occasion. 1, he's always high. 2, the theft stopped as soon as I locked him up. He stole calamite from the supply tent. It's a rare, unique material that can be used to craft stuff. I talked to Caspian about it. He was the one working the tent when the supplies were stolen. All right. Let me know if I can answer anything else. Stay out of trouble now.
What I wouldn't do for a drink. I'd kill a man, or 3. I'm already in prison. What's the harm? parting is such sweet sorrow.
I'm trying to get blood samples from everyone in the settlement, but Ivica is being stubborn about it. Oh god, no. I keep all chems, syringes, and equipment under lock and key. Medicine is a powerful tool, but one easily abused. Stay safe.
Pizza's good with a wrench, but boy does he like to complain. I pick up a lot of the odd jobs around here that other people can't do. Or won't do. I'm not assigned to anything yet. I fill in for the others when they need a break. These days, I'm mostly just Hal's understudy. He knows just about everything. So I'm trying to soak up the knowledge like a sponge. Because everyone here thinks I'm a screw-up. And I get it. Sometimes I'll break stuff, lose things. But it just takes me a few tries to figure stuff out. Once I do, I'm solid. Hal's the only one who understood that. Oh, nice. Are you gonna help us bust Yates out? He totally didn't do it. Just ask Hal. It's not just any man, though. It's Hal. He's the glue that keeps this shit together. Well, he's the only one who actually listened to my version of what happened. Let me explain. So the night it all went down, I was organizing the supplies over here, trying to get my system right. That's when I dropped a box of mason jars. So I tried to pick up the broken glass and put it in this box, and I cut my fingers. Stupid, I know. So now there's blood and glass everywhere, so I turned to look for a broom. And then out of nowhere, I feel this sharp, jabbing pain in my neck. I start to turn around, and then boom! I pass out. Maybe, or some kind of neck pinch that targets pressure points. I've seen that shit in the movies. Hal wanted to look in the dumpster bins for anything suspicious. But then the water pump broke and, yeah, that's when you showed up. Yeah, Hal and I thought it would be best to lock it down until we could do a little sleuthing. But if you're on the case, I can give you the key. Cool, here's the key. If you find anything, I'd check back with Hal on what to do next. My dad founded this place, but he... Later.
If you need medical attention, talk to Grace. She'll set you up. I appreciate the effort, stranger, but that case has been solved. I'm just waiting on a confession. I don't know what you think you got there, but you're barking up the wrong tree. Yates is the town preacher. Try to stay on my good side while you're here.
How are you holding up?
You and your friend have cursed me.
How so?
Well, before I was sitting, perfectly content. Now I am waiting, and it's killing me.
Hopefully you won't have to wait much longer.
I feel like the poet Neruda, a lonely house whose windows ache. For alcohol. Farewell.
You being
Only
here
God
is
knows when
kismet.
we shall meet again.
The Reaper coming to collect. I just thought I had more time. Well, it's a chem. That doesn't mean it's related to Yates.
I would not know a chem if it fell into my tonsils.
He can say that, but I don't think this helps our case. Let's take a look. Surgical gloves, and there's blood on them, and a syringe, possibly a tranquilizer. This seems to corroborate what Caspian told me, provided the blood is his. We could take the items to Dr. Kim to verify, but... Agreed. I assume we're on the same page here. Exactly, and the evidence we do have is flimsy. If we could find out what her motive is, that and the gloves would be enough. No, kaolinite can be used for chems, which is why Yates is a suspect. But Dr. Kim doesn't need to steal chems. She can request them. It might not, but maybe you can trap her in a lie. I think you'll just need to speak to her yourself. She might reveal something if you ask the right questions. Once we finish the outpost bit, don't worry about me being a flight risk. I won't fight what's already written.
If you need patching up, I can help you. Oh god, no. Medicine is a powerful tool. Oh, what do you have there? Surgical gloves and a used syringe. Did you find these in the trash? I would advise you against handling such things. You know it's unethical to look through someone's personal logs, right? I was trying to get the blood sample for my research. When things got messy, I stole the kaolinite knowing it'd point to Yates. I'd hoped Sasha would let Yates go with a slap on the wrist, but she turned it into this whole thing. I still have it. Well, most of it, anyway. I synthesized some into chems, just in case I needed to ditch the evidence. But turns out I didn't need to go that far. A bloodhound is going to want meat. I just gave it to her. Anyway, there. You have the truth. So what now? Are you going to turn me in? Or is there room to negotiate here? Keep in mind, I am the only doctor in this outpost. You say I took the kaolinite for medicine, but forgot to log the transfer. We blame the whole thing on negligence. In exchange, I'll give you half price on medical treatment. And I'll owe you a favor. I'd feel better if you took something, but fine. You're still in bed with me regardless. Here's the calamite. That should be enough to clear Yates. Just keep your end of the bargain.
Big break in the case you pulled out of the rabbit's hat.
Not me. Talk to the newcomer. They've been investigating on my behalf.
Alright, out with it. Hal says you got some new info that'll exonerate Yates. Well, I'll be damned. And where did you get this? You expect me to believe that after what happened to Caspian? The man was drugged. Well, that sounds stupid, but likely. And if Grace says that's what happened, I trust her. You hear that, Yates? It's a miracle. You're free to go.
Sometimes miracles are just people doing their jobs.
Yeah. Don't stomp the ice, Yates. It's real thin.
It seems thy act of God has been performed. I thank you for having faith where I had none. In our past conversation, you recommended I look beyond religion and doctrine. I wonder if you still feel that way. What do you think? Shall we change the house of worship to a community center? You were the one who freed me and restored my faith. Who better? Very well. From now on, the community center will be a place of discussion and social gatherings. I suppose I should also thank Hal for his part in this. Not sure where he went off to, though. I'm free. The air
Big
smells
Hal's one of
sweeter.
those guys who speaks from...
Foul
Stay
still,
safe.
but sweeter.
Last night was enlightening. I hope to learn more next time.
You have some nerve dropping this on me now.
I'm sorry, Zaina. I meant no malice. I only seek justice for my crimes.
And what about the people here? Do we not get a say?
That's why I suggested a vote.
What you're asking for is a trial. But fine, if you want a damn jury, let it be us. Then it's settled. We're putting it to a vote.
As long as I'm given the opportunity to confess. But in the interest of fairness, I don't know for certain what happened to Shinar after I left. Perhaps the visitor would be better served to speak to that.
If such a person exists, then their testimony would be more than welcome. For my part, I'll try to get the word out about the trial and what it means for this outpost, especially given recent events. Oh, and one other thing. If the vote ends up a tie, I'd like you to break it. Because you're the most neutral party here. You've seen Shinar, but you've also seen what Hal's done for us here. Yeah, hopefully. Regardless, it looks like we have a long day ahead of us. We best get to it. Here I thought I'd just ease into retirement.
I'm free. I'm free. The air smells sweeter. Foul still, but sweeter. That may or may not be my own breath. It feels divine. Of course, we don't believe in divinities, not anymore, anyway. But a feeling is not a god. Ah, I see. So Hal has confessed. He confided in me long ago. I never spoke a word of it, of course. Surprised. Confused. It's a bit like looking at a sheep who insists he's a wolf. What fluffy wool he has. You don't even notice the fangs. That would be a violation of my oath. But now that Hal has come forward, the greater question, of course, is what to do about it. I shall, to the best of my meager abilities. Hal wants to be executed, but I wonder if that is what is right. But I digress. In closing, I will leave you with the words of Clarice Lispector. Who has not asked himself at some time or other, am I a monster, or is this what it means to be a person? Well said. Either way, I don't know if Hal Caruso is a good man. I don't know if the act of becoming good constitutes atonement. But when the vote comes, we will have to decide for ourselves what he deserves.
Just keep your end of the deal. Just keep your end of the deal. Why? Is he sick? Then I'm not sure why you're coming to me. I try to avoid gossip or politics. Why? Is he sick? That's a heavy accusation, but I know better than to doubt you. I assume you have proof. Interesting. Well, in that case, I just have one question. Am I free to vote the way I want to? Or are you telling me how to vote, per our deal? Really? I didn't expect that. Well, I guess I'll go have a chat with Zaina, see which way the wind's blowing. Goodbye.
Yo, my dad founded this place, but he passed. Yeah? He's amazing, right? No way. I know he hasn't talked much about his past, but I know what he's done here. This outpost wouldn't be here without him. There must be some mistake. Well, we've got to vote for his freedom. There's no other vote to make. Unless we don't leave it up to chance. I'm gonna have to think on this, but there's gotta be a way. See ya. There's no way I'm letting Hal go down for this. There's no way I'm letting Hal go down for this.
Fertilizer not tamper with the produce. It does not respond positively to being disturbed.
Was it you who fixed that blasted robot? That thing is better as spare parts. Was it you who fixed that blasted robot? That thing is better as... I used to work for Starfield, hauling packages, making deliveries. One day I get a job to jump to some half-abandoned outpost. When I get there, I see the package is addressed to me. I open it. There's a letter inside. It says, "Dear Ivica, you're fired." My old boss. He thinks he's funny. He's really just an ass. But Zena, she's different. She says, you need a job? Take your pick. So I did. As they used to say on the old worlds, Bóg zatwori jedna wrata, a otwori stotiny. You got the creds? Then we can do business. Was it you who fixed that blasted robot? Good man. Works hard, keeps to himself. But I take it that's not what you want to discuss. Huh. Doesn't surprise me. What does that have to do with me? Depends on the history. Well, if he's done something that serious, he should answer to the law. Still, based on his work ethic, he's a changed man. Exile might be the best option. Either way, I will do my own research and vote when I know enough. Do widzenia.
I got Big Hal to cover for like 3 of my shifts this week. Next week, I'm going for 4. Can't believe we got visitors coming at this dome. How Caruso is boring. You trying to bore me to death? Oh, snap, for real? Is he like a serial killer or some shit? Oh, hell yes! I'm on the edge of my seat! A vote sounds amazeballs! Think of the drama! I gotta get a Vitsa to build us one of those old-school guillotines. We'll stick Hal's fat head inside, and it'll be just whoop! Then we can all place bets on how far it'll roll. Yep, slice them and dice them. I always do. But you did do me a solid with Rusty, so maybe I'll do as you say. Favor for a favor. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, if you need medical attention, talk to... He's been real busy as of late, hasn't he? Well, what is it this time? Big Hal? Sure, he looks intimidating, but that man wouldn't hurt a heat leech. Did you talk to anyone else about this? I'd hate for word to spread if it ain't true. Fair enough. If what you say is true, then yeah, the law's the law. But I need to hear it from Hal myself. Back to it then.
Seals, check. Air pressure, check.
You can use the workbenches, but don't make a mess. Yeah? I was done talking to you anyway.
Behave yourself and we'll come.
Yes?
You again? Did you ever find Shinar? Yes, the conditions were rough, but together we had tamed its hazards. It saddens me to think of all the knowledge we lost. And to think the one responsible for the deaths is still roaming free. What? You found him? And how is he? Dead? Tortured? No? These are good enough for that man! Outsiders will not know the pain that man has caused. But I suppose that is why you are here. You want me to bear witness. Understood. Give me the coordinates, and I'll put the nail in his oversized coffin. Is this some kind of joke? How can I heal when my wounds are open? You are not wrong. It says that the past is a millstone, and turning it will only send us in circles. Fine. I'll trust you to dole out his punishment. And truth is, I don't care to see that man's face ever again. Let the fates decide then. Live or die. Let the tragedy of Shinar be a cross he must bear. Let the fates decide then. Live or die. Let...
To some serious crimes. This isn't that simple.
His deeds here should count for something. Are we not more than the sum of our mistakes?
Pretty big mistake, though. How do we know he's not gonna do a sequel?
My sister's right. This isn't just any crime. He stole a ship and left an entire outpost to die.
How do we know Shinar wasn't dead in the water? You heard him. He wasn't even there when they died.
This bickering is pointless. Let's just have the vote and be done with it. This is tiresome. Let's just be done with it.
I did not have this on my bingo card, I'll tell you that much.
I appreciate you helping out with the whole Yates thing, but leave the investigating to the professionals, okay? Hal's in lockup. Figured I'd give him a moment to settle his affairs with his maker before the vote. Well, I like Hal, but the law is as rigid as a cast iron pot. Don't think he'll be praying for that if I know Hal. I mean, hell, you can ask him if you want. When you're done, head on over to the community center. We'll all be there.
O great serpent, brings the shrouding, forgive this trespass. Guide me on this next journey, so that I may see the light and become promised once more. We meet again, Hunter, and it seems my time has come. It is the word of Janan and the will of the serpent. I am a deserter of House Varun. As such, I have not followed the serpent's path for many years. But here, on the eve of death, prayer comes natural to me. I suspected you would. I didn't see what became of Shinar, but I can imagine. No ship, no comms. Dehydration sets in, some choose death. Others are forced to make harder decisions. Because I didn't want to be followed. The body can only survive without water for 3 days. Make no mistake. I took their supplies, knowing they would die. I was not, but he'll have his vengeance soon. That is a complicated question. When I left Shinar, I was afraid of being discovered. Then, I came here, befriended the people, and every situation became a mirror for what I'd done before. I do not feel guilt for the dead, but I feel fear when I imagine the same fate happening here. And they are braver souls than I. Looking back, I never valued life. Not mine, not theirs. This outpost has changed me. I see value in life, but that is not the same as being worthy of it. That, I leave for the people to judge. A fair question. I will say that everywhere I've been a prisoner. Even at Shinar, I was a prisoner to my own fear and paranoia. I never felt such bondage here. I don't know if it was the right place or the right time, but I chose to stay. Changed? A man does not change who he is. I'm the spy who deserted House Varun and the pirate who stole for the Crimson Fleet. And I am the one who left Shinar to die. But I am also the man who has given his blood and sweat to this outpost. All these things are true. I would like to say yes, but the reality is, I had countless opportunities to tell my story. Until you came, I never did. Caspian will likely vote for my freedom, but the rest, I'm not sure. I've asked that you have a vote as well. You've seen what I've done, whereas the others have only heard. Indeed. When we first met, you seemed prepared to leave my fate to the others. Do you know how you will vote? I see. Then let the verdict be fair and just.
This is tiresome.
If everyone is
Let
present,
us be done.
we can begin. All right, you've all had time to think this over. Many of you have talked to Hal and gotten his side. And I know some of you think we're rushing into this. But for the sake of the outpost, I'd like to resolve this now. On your ballot are 3 choices: execution, exile, or exoneration. Now, if anyone wants to say a few words, the floor is yours.
Demands confessed. We all know how we are voting. I have work to do and this is keeping me from it.
Fair enough. Anyone else have anything to say?
And we all know what Hal's done here. Are we really going to let this stranger change our votes? No, we should be voting for Hal's freedom!
Everyone, please, calm down. You can speak your mind without trying to force people to vote your way. On that note, I'll ask one more time. Would anyone else like to speak? If there are no more words, then it's time. Let's begin the vote.
For what it's worth, I will be voting in accordance with Hal's wishes. I disagree with the decision, but I will honor his choice.
Citizens, if all the votes are in, I'll cast my vote and we'll begin the tally. Like all of you, I've given this a lot of thought and done a lot of soul-searching over this vote. And for full transparency, I will be voting for exile. Now, to count the votes.
Well, what's the verdict?
The people of New Babylon have voted for exile.
Wow.
No shit.
Hal Caruso will be given transport off-world, at which point he is permanently banished from this outpost. You can say your goodbyes or go back to your tents, but the decision is final. I know this process hasn't been easy, but it's over now. New Babylon will continue to grow and thrive in spite of what happened today. That was stressful. There's going to be a lot of conversations in the coming days about how to repair things. Looks like I've got no choice but to see it through. We'll do our best to move on. At least with the community center up and running, there'll be a place to gather and talk about it. In my mind, communication's the only way to turn a wound into wisdom. The ballot box is still there. See for yourself. I was hoping to talk to you about that. Hal said if the vote shook out this way, he wanted you to escort him out of here. For what it's worth, I agree. You've got a ship, and we can pay you the fare. Take care.
I can't believe we pushed out the only person who cared. If this outpost fails, we'll all know why.
I'm free. The air smells sweeter. Foul still, but sweeter. That may or may not be my own breath.
Was it you who fixed that
pushed out
blasted
the
robot?
only person who cared.
That thing is better as spare parts. Do widzenia.
Man, I was really
Losing
hoping for a
Hal is a
guillotine.
big loss. I'm not sure about our future here.
One less patient to worry. Well, the work goes on. Stay safe.
Exile it is. The punishment fits the crime.
Was it you who fixed that blasted robot?
Losing Hal
That
is a
thing is
big
better as
loss.
spare parts.
I'm not sure about our future here.
One less patient to worry about, at least.
Man, I was really hoping for a guillotine.
You return. I trust the vote is done. I am. There's no need to delay its coming. Then I have but one request. I would like you to take me to Shinar. I will live out my days there. I cannot turn back time, but I can try to rebuild what I destroyed. The ghosts of Shinar will not forgive what I've done, but they will witness my will to change. Then lead the way. Lead the way.
Awaiting your orders, Captain.
It's always a good day when we get to chat. Do you need my help?
So, if I'm reading this report right, your perception of time is skewed now, right?
Correct.
Hey, Captain.
So every moment is longer for you than it is for everyone else.
We'll talk once we get to Shinar.
So this conversation...
Well, well. Back for more, eh?
Ship's good. Let's go. Maneuvering into position. And we are now in stable orbit.
Jump complete. Normal propulsion restored.
Grave markers. So many of them. I don't even remember their names. Not strange, but silent. I don't know what comes next, but I will honor the vote and continue to live. Not likely. I aim to live out my days alone, but I will not shun those who seek refuge. No, I don't think the dead would want me to perform such an insult. I will repair only what I need. It appears so. Before we part, I want to say this. I am grateful for all that you've done, for New Babylon, and for me. I hope that I can someday return the favor. Until then, I wish you safe journeys.